So let's get into it, y'all. So this is again the civil rights lawyer. We're gonna check out another video from his channel, and this is cop uses taser to torture handcuffed man. This was absolutely disgusting as well. And again, a female officer. Look how fed up he is with this bullshit. Look, this is the fed up face, and he just can't believe it. He's disgusted with this, man.
Check out this viral video that just surfaced showing this female police officer in Alabama essentially using her taser as a torture device on this handcuffed guy who's just crying. In response to his crying, she says, "Do you want it again?"
Oh yeah.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Terrible. Look at this. This is gonna be the thumbnail. But look at this.
You want it again? He was big and bad.
More details on the story are found at al.com. I'll post.
And you are big and bad. When she knows the only reason that she feels big and bad right now is because she has that badge and a gun. That's the only reason she feels big and bad. Every other aspect of her life, she feels small and weak.
The link to this media report in the description link below. Basically, an Alabama police officer is now on leave while authorities investigate a weekend arrest captured on video in Reform, aptly named town in Alabama, showing a handcuffed man being hit with a taser. The video begins with a white female officer from the Reform Police Department in Pickens County ordering the black man to quote stand up after he was handcuffed in the roadway in Pickens County. She then tells him to lay down on the front of a vehicle, which he does face down. The officer then holds a taser to the man's back while she goes through his pockets. She tells him to stay still, at which point he says, "I ain't doing, bro, I got a gun right there." The officer laughs as she retrieves the gun and says, "Oh yeah." She then deploys the taser directly into the man's back, telling him to shut the expletive up as he screams. The man then begins to cry repeatedly, saying, "Oh my God." The officer then says, "Do you want it again?" As the man continues to cry, "Shut your ass up," the officer says. That's where the video ended. The video has been shared thousands of times on the internet.
Stand up.
Look at it.
Right there in front of the car. Stay.
I ain't doing right there. I'm not doing
Oh yeah.
I'm saying what you say. Oh yeah. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Look how disgusting she is.
You want it again? He was big and bad.
Telling you, these cops, a lot of them are pure evil. It's just wicked. Just wicked, wicked, wicked.
Former Police Chief Richard Black and Mayor Melody Davis sent out a statement Monday acknowledging they're aware of the video involving a quote citizen arrest that took place on Saturday. The department is in the process of turning over all materials related to this arrest to the Alabama State Bureau of Investigation and has requested a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the arrest. Police and city officials referred questions about the arrest to 24th Judicial Circuit District Attorney Andy Hamlin. Hamlin said that the man was arrested on trafficking fentanyl on a trafficking fentanyl charge. Did I get it right that time? He said more information is expected to be released later today. As I mentioned on Twitter, and I've been discussing this quite a bit on Twitter, I would be shocked, no pun intended, if in this case there was not a federal prosecution of this police officer. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be in every wrongful tasering case, but this one in particular, well, you have a white cop and a black arrestee, coupled with the fact that he is very clearly from the video handcuffed. He's very clearly from the video not resisting or attempting to evade the police officer, not attempting to attack the police officer in any way, but is in total submission. Yet the police officer just maliciously still just tases him basically as a torture device. Usually when you see those cases, even when they aren't, even when race is not involved in them, feds jump at those because they are a piece of cake to prosecute. And this one in particular is all on video. This is a Fourth Amendment violation here. Excessive force during an arrest is a Fourth Amendment violation. How do the courts judge that? Well, the Graham factors. There are three things the courts look at. One, the severity.
Hold on, let me slow this down, y'all. Why is it on 2 times the speed?
The crime at issue. That's one thing I don't really know here. It says that he was arrested for tracking fentanyl. So fairly serious. All right. Second factor.
That's true. This is now if he's being arrested for trafficking fentanyl, you definitely deserve to, not be on the streets while you trafficking poison. But it's obviously he's still not. He's in handcuffs, not resisting, not doing anything, and you tase him anyway. She's not the judge, jury, and executioner.
Is he attempting to resist or evade arrest? No. The video shows, unless our eyes are lying to us, that he's handcuffed. He's in total submission to the officer's authority, in custody, and he's actually begging for mercy, and he's crying. So second Graham factor goes clearly in favor of the arrestee. Third Graham factor, and the most important usually, well, always, is there an immediate safety threat to the officer or anyone else that may be resolved via use of the taser? That really is the most important analysis here, and that is absolutely missing from this factual scenario. Again, this man is totally submitted to the officer's authority, listening to obeying the commands, And basically, it's just getting tased as a torture device, not even as a pain compliance device. If you look at the case law, the federal courts don't even like tasers to be used as a pain compliance device. They like them to be used where the circumstances would find it proportional. So federal case law makes clear that tasers are proportional force only when deployed in response to a situation in which a reasonable police officer would perceive some immediate danger that could be mitigated by use of the taser. So it's
Immediate
excessive and unreasonable for a police officer to electrically shock somebody who is not armed or no longer armed, who has been brought to the ground or in custody or has been restrained physically and is no longer actively resisting arrest, even if they were in the past. Immediate danger is therefore the most important fact. If the arrestee does not pose a continuing threat to the officer's safety, then there is no immediate danger, and therefore tasing the arrestee is excessive force. But you don't really need to go through all that big analysis to just see what any of us can see just by watching this video, that this was an excessive and malicious use of force just designed to cause pain and to punish this individual. And I think that crosses every line that's out there, so as to cause any federal agents or federal prosecutors that watch this video to want to jump on this case. And I can predict right now, and I'll bet good money on this, that that's exactly what happens. And this police officer gets prosecuted. Next, you'll be hearing about the indictment. And I believe this police officer will go to federal prison for what you see here. Oh yeah, and one other thing, just so that you know, qualified immunity is not a defense to criminal prosecution. So that's not going to be a factor at all if there is a prosecution here. It always can be asserted in a civil lawsuit if this individual wants to sue this police officer or other police officers involved, or perhaps the employer. Now, qualified immunity never applies, is not even a defense to a claim against the employer, but that's for another video. This police officer could assert qualified immunity in a civil lawsuit. However, qualified immunity will be deprived, will not be a good defense for the officer, where clearly established case law would put the objectively reasonable officer on notice that their behavior violates the Constitution. Here, there are just so many cases out there where taserings have been found to be constitutional violations, especially where arrestees are handcuffed and are not resisting. I noticed that somebody had questions about when I say freedom is scary, if I could explain that a little more. Well, sometimes I add a sentence to the front. I probably should do that every time. Well, the point is my freedom does not end where your fear begins, because freedom is scary. And if you don't want to live somewhere where you have freedom because it's scary, Singapore is nice this time of year, where they execute people for possession of marijuana. So freedom is scary. Deal with it. That's where the
where else do they what's it, the Philippines? I think it's the Philippines where it's also like that too. Like they execute people for drugs. But I want to back this up.
video ended. The video has been shared thousands of times on the internet.
Play this one more time.
Right there on the front of the car.
She is just doing this. This is simply because she is sadistic and wants to display power over. Like it's just disgusting and wicked. Look at her face.
I ain't doing bro. I got good right there. I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying what you saying. Oh yeah, fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Down. Oh my fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You want it again?
No,
Shut the up. You was big and bad. Shut your ass up.
Reformed Police Chief Richard Black and Mayor Melody Davis sent out a statement Monday acknowledging.
Ed, you say she's on paid leave. Yeah. Terrible, man. And I hate when you get, well, I'm gonna say what really upsets me is when you get the police that are so disingenuous and pretend like they don't know why people don't like the law enforcement or the police. They want to pretend like they don't know why. Like, hey man, why you hate cops so much? Or why you feel it? Why you acting this way, man? That's so disingenuous and just so, I feel like even that's wicked, because they know absolutely for 100% why people would have negative feelings toward law enforcement. They know because they work with the cops They work with the cops who they know are dirt bags and scumbags, and they know, but they don't point them out. They don't say, "Hey, we need to get rid of him." No, they go out and have beer together and drink and do all that, even though they know, but they won't say nothing because they're all wanting that, blue line. And the ones that go against the blue line, they try to get rid of as soon as possible. No honor. Hold on, y'all. Oh, one video I wanted to check out. Well, I'll go ahead and let's go into this one first. And Calvin say, yeah, they earn their hate. They earn it.